Hello everyone! Welcome to our day 4 part 1, which is about journalizing and posting. In our previous lesson, we learned the rules of debit and credit. Now, it's time to apply those rules by recording the actual business transactions. Bookkeepers don't simply memorize the debits and credits. They use them to prepare journal entries and organize them into ledger accounts. So today we'll learn how that process works. Our learning objectives for today's video. First, to define journalizing and posting. Second, identify the parts of general journal. And last, post journal entries to the ledger correctly. So guys, journalizing and posting. So what does it mean? If we say journalizing, it is the process of the recording the business transactions in chronological order in the general journal. No? If we say chronological, it means arranging the events, dates, or items in the exact order they occurred in time. It means, guys, that we need to record all business transactions. If there is transaction today, then we need to record on it. And the transactions for tomorrow, that will be intended for tomorrow. Future transactions will be recorded on the actual dates. We make sure that it is chronological order, sunod-sunod siya. Kung ano po yung first transactions, yun yung una mong i-record. That is why we need to have a daily proper recording of all transactions. And general journal naman is, it looks like this. Guys, this is the example of our general journal in which you record all the transactions. No? Naa siya name sa company, like kanang a perfect shop online. Then the next line called the journal entries for the month ended June 2026. No, this is a sample only, guys. So it consists the date, particulars, post reference, debit, and credit. So what is general journal, by the way? If we say general journal, it is the book of original entry because it is the first place where transactions are recorded. Book of original entry, guys, dito mo makikita lahat ng transactions mo. This is the source of all your transactions. No? And take note, guys, that every transaction should have a supporting documents. So, dapat meron tayong source na document. The standard journal template, guys, it actually requires 5K elements. So, it consists the date, the account titles or description, post reference, debit, and credit. So what is date, guys? Of course, date specifically to the when the transaction occurred. No, that is the date. When the transaction occurred, imo siya, lagyan natin siya ng date. Lahat ng transaction, hindi pwedeng walang date. Account titles and descriptions, it is transactions being debited and credited with a brief explanation. No? Ito yung mga account, guys, na nilalagay natin into the debit side and the credit side alongside with a brief memo or explanation about the transaction. Okay? Post reference naman, it is in noting the GL account number where the entry is posted. Guys, it is our reference where the general journal or where the transaction is posted. So dito natin ilalagay para meron tayong reference. If in case po mag-review tayo ng books natin, alam natin kung saan natin siya hahanapin into a specific page po ng book. Debit is the amount increasing an asset or expense or decreasing the liability or an equity. And the credit naman is the amount increasing a liability or equity or decreasing an asset or expense. Guys, these are the 5K columns na makikita natin into the general journal, no, in which all transactions are recorded. Alright, now let's start with journalizing and posting of entries. Guys, let's practice how to record our business transactions. All we have to do for today is to record every transactions. Then later on our part 2 of day 4, we will prepare a trial balance, and on the 5th day, we'll now prepare the financial statements. So let's proceed to our activity for today. Alright, so this is our activity to prepare a journal entries to establish the following account titles. So guys, we have around more than 10 items or business transactions, and these are the given account titles that we are going to follow. Problem 1. Mr. John established an online shop named Perfect Shop Online on May 15, 2025. The following transactions occurred during the month. First transaction, John invested 157 cash to establish the business. Next transaction, both office desk and filing cabinet for cash 15,150, and Jan invested in the business her personal computer with a fair market value of 57,500. Take note guys that the given date here, instead of date, it is a letter. So let's follow this A, B, and C for the date. Alright, do you see my screen guys? Microsoft Excel. This is the example of our journal ledger, no? So where we are going to put our business transactions. We have here the name of the company or the business name, Perfect Shop Online. And next line, the name of the ledgers, no, or the book, the journal entries. Next is the month covered for the month ended June 2025. Since that was May, okay, date covered, month ended, put natin dito is May 2025. So guys, do you see my screen? Alright, now let's proceed. First transaction, this one. Okay, our first transaction is John invested 157,000 cash to establish the business. So what is our entries here? Okay, since it speaks about the investment, so it affects two accounts. What are those accounts? Those are the assets and equity. So what is or what are the entries for this transaction? Okay, sige. Let's start here. This guy's letter A. Instead of date, let's put letter A. So first transaction is the cash. Our cash, then amounting to 157,000, and the capital. Since that is the capital, let's put here 157,000. Our explanation, it could be to record John invested. Yan. Specific lang. Then, Jan Capital. So, our transaction cash is 157,000 because we receive cash. And Jan Capital because it is intended for the investment. So, merong cash at meron ding Jan Capital. So, tama lang yung entry natin. Cash, then Jan Capital. So, next transaction, both name. Both office desk and filing cabinet for cash, which is 15,100. So what will be our journal entries for this transaction? Cash and office equipment. Alright. So here, biro na tayo sa A, punta tayo sa letter B. So record office equipment. Office equipment is 150,000 and cash is 150,000. Explanation here is to record John invested. To record John invested. Pwede na. That is around 15,000. So let's see if the office equipment is given on is provided. Yes, there's an office equipment here because desk and filing cabinet is under the office equipment. Okay. Let's proceed to our third transaction, which is Jan invested in the business her personal computer with a fair market value of 57,500. Okay, office leads the record office. Okay, change natin ito guys. The record office desk and cabinet. Nan lang. Change natin yung remarks niya kasi it is intended for the office desk and cabinet. And our third transaction, it's about Jan invested in the business her personal computer with a fair market value of 57,500. This transaction also is under the office equipment because it mentioned here the personal computer. Alright, then our credit side for this transaction is yes, capital because of the word invested. Okay, so our journal entries looks like this. Office software, office equipment amounting to 57,500 and Jan capital is amounting to 57,500. So our remarks here is to record Jan's investment or invested. Nasa inyo po yung explanation ninyo, yung madali nyo lang maintindihan. By this time, these are only the examples, right? Okay, so let's proceed to our next transaction. Both computer software for use in the business from GCE Smart-Biz Solution amounting to 39,000. So, bumili tayo ng computer software for our business from GCE Smart-Biz Solution. Magkano? 39,000. Paying 15,000 as down. Meron siyang down payment na 15,000. The balance is due in 30 days. So, it means nagkakaroon ng terms yung the remaining balance. So, kailangan nating bayaran in the future. So, there are 3 accounts or 3 account affected for these transactions. Computer software and our 15,000 cash down payment and the remaining balance to be paid within 30 days. Okay, so what would be our entry here? Proceed muna tayo sa letter A para may screenshot natin. Punta tayo ng Microsoft Excel. Another transaction, paid the rent for the month which is amounting to 5,300. Received cash for services rendered 5,160. Ordered a Panaflex sign for 9,000 from King Enterprises with 5,000 as down payment and the balance due were installed. This transaction, guys, the same as on letter D. No? More than 2 accounts affected. Screenshot natin. Proceed tayo on our Microsoft Excel for the journal entries. Guys, nakita nyo po. Okay. So, let's proceed to transaction D. So, the question here is, both computer software for use in the business from GCE Business or Smart-Biz Solution, 39,000 and paying 15,000 down. The balance is 30 or due in 30 days. So let's see if there is a computer software account title given. There is a computer software, so let's use this account title. Computer software. Debit amount is 39,000 because the total value of the computer software is 13,000. Then meron tayong down payment na cash which is 15,000. So ilagay natin siya into credit kasi binabawas natin sa cash natin. The third transaction natin is down payment. So check natin if meron siyang pinoprovide na account title for down payment for the payable. Okay, accounts receivable. Here, only accounts payable. So let's put it under the accounts payable. Accounts payable, kano? 24,000. 24,000. Correct. Okay. Next transaction is paid rent for the month, which is 5,300. So since rent siya, check natin dito if meron ba siyang rent x ito. Rent expense. We'll use rent expense. Rent expense amounting to 5,300 and cash amounting to 5,300. So our explanation is to record paid rent expense for the month. Okay, for the month. Yun. Okay, next, our transaction F, receive cash for services rendered. Receive cash for services rendered 5,160. So, record muna natin yung cash, which is cash 5,300. Tapos yung services rendered, check natin if meron siyang service revenue. Yan, service revenue. Ilagay natin dito is service revenue, which is 5,160. Alright, let's correct this. The amount is 5,160. Okay, guys, take note, receive cash for services rendered. So meaning there is the earned from the services rendered, that is your service revenue. That's your service revenue. So our remarks here is to record the collected for services. Okay, so next we have letter G, transaction. Ordered a Panaflex sign for 9,000 from King Enterprises with 5,000 as down payment, and the balance due were installed. Okay, so let's use, since it is sign, meaning it's most likely signage. So let's find signage here. Okay, given ang signage, then given ang accounts payable as well as the cash. So same transaction ito in our transaction D, yung computer software. Okay, let's put here signage amounting to 9,000, and cash is under the credit is 5,000. Wait, isa ko lang to guys, signage, kasi wala nang space for explanation. Tatlo kasi. Signage 9,000, cash is 5,000, then accounts payable is, magkano yung accounts payable natin? 4,000 only, no? So our explanation is to record Panaflex signage. Yun lang, para more specific. Alright, so next, our next transaction, receive bill for advertising from buy and sell newspaper amounting to 3,230. Both print paper and stationery on account 2,200. Take note guys, on account, no? If we read a word on account, meaning it is accounts payable, it is under the accounts payable. Take note. Next, received and paid electric bill 1,240. Next, paid bill for advertising recorded previously in transaction. Received bill for advertising from buy and sale. So, check natin if mayroong bang advertising. Right. Advertising expense. Advertising expense dito sa letter H. So, lagay natin dito advertising expense. Take note guys, pag expense, always on the debit side. 3,230. Then, cash. Accounts payable, since it is on account. So that is accounts payable amounting to 3,230. Then your explanation is to record receive bill for advertising. Alright. Yun. 3,230. Tama guys. So, i-record na since na-receive natin yung bill, hindi pa natin binabayaran. So, ina-assign natin into the accounts payable. Letter I, both print paper and stationery on account, 2,290. Print paper guys, this is the supplies. So that is under the supplies. So hanapin natin supplies, ayun meron. Then on account, meaning accounts payable. Record natin. Supplies amounting to 2,290. Then accounts payable, it is 2,290. Explanation natin is to record both print and print paper and stationaries. Yun lang. Then, next transaction, letter J, receive and paid electric bill amounting to 1,250. So, anong bill ito? Letter J, receive and paid electric bill. Check natin if meron bang electric bill. So, walang electric bill na expense. Andito lang is utilities expense and miscellaneous expense. Ilagay natin siya sa utilities expense and miscellaneous expense. Okay? Letter G, record natin. Utilities. Utilities expense lang. Utilities and miscellaneous expense. Sige, kumpletuhin na lang natin. Miscellaneous expense. Alright. Then cash. Cash siya kasi receive and paid bill. So, nabayaran na natin yung bill, kaya i-deduct natin siya sa cash. Yung amount is 1,240. Okay. Remarks natin dito to record receive paid electric bill. To record electric bill. Yun lang. Next, paid bill for advertising recorded previously in transaction H. No? Yung accounts payable natin dito on this transaction on letter H, binabayaran natin ng amount. So, magkano yung binabay natin is 3,230. Paid bill for advertising recorded previously in transaction H. So, record natin dito transaction T kasi nabayaran na eh. Accounts payable. Take a look guys, yung accounts payable natin dito, meaning nagde-decrease na siya kasi binabayaran na natin yung yung payables natin. Okay. That is 3,230. Din yung cash naman, nagde-decrease din siya amounting to 3,230. So, yung explanation is to record paid bill. To record bill for advertising. Yan lang. To record paid bill for advertising. Okay. Next, receive cash for services rendered 10,900. Nakasave naman tayo ng cash Paid salaries to employees 8,400, and Jan withdraw cash for personal use, which is 4,400. So let's have to make a transaction journal entries for this. Lipat lang tayo ulit sa Microsoft Excel. Okay. Paste lang natin dito yung problem. Receive cash for services rendered. So our entries here is cash, no? Since naka-receive tayo ng cash, lagay natin dito cash, which is amounting to 8,900, and service revenue 10,900. Our explanation is to record, okay, to record collected service. Yun lang. Next transaction, paid salaries to employees amounting to 8,400. Salaries expense. Ito, salaries expense. Let's put salaries expense. Salaries expense amounting to 8,400, and cash 8,400. So your remarks here is to record paid salaries to employees. Yun lang. Next transaction, this is the last transaction, guys. Jan withdraw cash for personal use amounting to 4,500. So let's check if there is Jan withdrawals ito. Jan withdrawals. Jan withdrawal amounting to 4,400. Since it is cash, let's put cash. So record cash with withdrawal. Alright, that's all for today's video, guys. Please practice journalizing of posting of entries, guys, because on our next videos we will prepare a trial balance and the general ledger, in which will be used to our next topic for day 5 for the preparation of our financial statements. So once again, please like and follow, guys, and turn on your notification para palagi kayong ma-notify on our next videos. Once again, congratulations, you've completed our day 4 part 1, journalizing and posting of entries. Now you know how to analyze transactions, record them in the general journal, and post them to the ledger.